a top special forces trainer.
Gun disarming and weapon disarming become a big issue. This is what I'm going to teach you today.
A gun disarm is a move that is especially relevant here in Israel. Today, there are 200 million people here in the Middle East and 100 million guns. That means there's a very good chance that anyone you see could be packing heat. But the move we're going to learn will allow us to take our opponent's gun and use it against him. It's called the pistol disarm. Of course, the first rule is that if you're ever confronted with a gun on the street, you shouldn't fight. It's not worth dying over your wallet, but in combat, things are different.
And when I pull here, I can continue on taking the gun. As I turn, his wrist turn. Just shift and pull.
The most important step of the pistol disarm is to get yourself out of the line of fire. But rather than step to the side, you simply twist your hips, removing your core from the line of fire. Then you pull the attacker forward, off-balancing him while holding his wrist against your torso. Once you've got control of the gun, you just grab the barrel and twist, prying the gun from his hand.
I want to be like a magician. I want to be able to move the gun from your hand to my hand, create distance, and in that stage, I have the power.
The disarm is basically a judo wrist lock and uses many of the same principles. By pulling your attacker forward as you turn, he loses his balance, giving you control of his wrist. The barrel of the gun then becomes a lever, allowing you to take the gun. Because you are using the muscles of your torso, which can deliver up to 10 times more force than the muscles of the wrist, the disarm works against an opponent who is much stronger than you.
Reach for the sky.
Give me your shoes, punk.
Hey, I gotta watch it.
Beautiful, you did good.
Give me your car keys.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Lovely. Oh, lovely. That was great. Hurt him a little bit more. There's no way.
Hurts the finger that you got it in the trigger.
It can hurt. If you try to resist, it's going to hurt the wrist as well, because it's nothing to do with strength. It's really a very simple biomechanic move.
But the pistol disarm isn't just about force. It's also about mind. Moni teaches us a psychological trick. Never look in your opponent's eyes. An experienced attacker will see your pupils give an involuntary reflex 1/100th of a second before you make your move. That may not sound like much, but when you think that a bullet can travel 4,000 feet in a second, you need every edge you can get.
Let's go, let's get in the car.
Sorry, I didn't.
Here we go. Nice. We will do the same move. From here, I can do the same move.
I like this. This is nice because it's simple and it's to the point. You don't have to think of, oh, let's see, the gun's kind of here. Now, I know a technique for here and I know a technique for here, but if it's here, what technique do I want to use?
Move. It's exactly right.
Because as long as I'm here,
Here we go, man.
I can do it quick without even really thinking about it because it's simple.
But Krav Maga isn't just about taking guns away. It's also about learning how to use your gun as a weapon, even without bullets.
Which is why we're heading to Wingate near Tel Aviv. It's the main base of the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces.
Here, every Israeli citizen comes for basic training, and a key part of that training is Krav Maga. The basic techniques of Krav Maga were created by boxer and wrestler Emi Lichtenfeld in the 1930s. Lichtenfeld grew up in Czechoslovakia and watched as gangs of Nazis beat up and harassed Jews. He realized that boxing and wrestling weren't enough to defend against a gang of thugs on the street. So he began creating a new form of self-defense that drew from the most effective techniques of all the martial arts, from boxing to judo.
In 1940, as the Nazis prepared to invade, Lichtenfeld fled to what was then called Palestine.
He began working and training with Jewish settlers who had formed a militia called the Palmach.
When the State of Israel was created in 1948, the Palmach became the core of the new army called the Israel Defense Forces. And Krav Maga became the core of its hand-to-hand combat training.
Today, the basic techniques are taught to every new recruit in the IDF.
And now it's our turn. At the base, we met up with Shahar Klefeld, the chief instructor.
We want you, in the end of the day, to be very good at reaction against anything. If it's an iron bar, if it's an axe, if it's a knife, and we want you to do that in every condition of your body. So let's put a gear on and let's do that.
Over the years, Krav Maga has evolved. In the civilian world, it's mostly used as self-defense.
In the military world, though, it's become something more. A true battlefield art.
Well, I got my uniform, I got my gun. I'm supposed to be learning Krav Maga. I don't know, it looks like I'm joining the IDF.
We teach you how to operate your weapon, right?
All training here revolves around one weapon, the M16 semi-automatic assault rifle. 40 inches of aluminum alloy, the M16 was first used in Vietnam and is still used today by U.S. forces in Iraq.
There are currently more than 8 million M16s in service in the world. Many of them here in Israel, where they are the official assault weapon of the IDF.
But having a gun in your hand doesn't always mean you can shoot your opponent. The weapon could jam, or you could be out of ammo.
Imagine yourself losing all your ammo in a war and then being face to face with an enemy. And then you have to make the decision. Do I stay and fight? Do I call for other people? Or do I just hit him with my weapon?
Shahar teaches us how to use the M16 as a brutal hand-to-hand tool. The key is not to swing it like a club, but to use the weapon as an extension of your arms. Get in close and use the twisting power of your torso to drive the butt of the weapon into the exposed face of an attacker.
It's essentially an elbow strike from another martial art, Muay Thai. But because the metal doesn't deform on impact, like human bone, every ounce of power is channeled directly into your opponent's face. With the twisting motion of the torso generating the force, and the stiff metal of the M16 providing the impact, it's enough to shatter a cheekbone or break a jaw.
1, 2.
Very good.
Piss over the target,
Right.
and get back. 1, 2. Again.
Inside, okay? Try that. Very good, Jason, very good.
I'm really starting to get a feel of this Krav Maga weapons technique. It's all about fast, quick motions to the enemy's face. You want to take him out as quickly as possible.
I did a defense like this. Then I take it on the side, this. Defense. Ah! Grab him.
I feel like a killer now.
And you need to feel that aggression. In any combat situation, you've got to be as pumped up as your enemy. To help us prepare mentally as well as physically for our ultimate challenge, Shahar has set up an exercise that will test us to our limits. A run in full combat gear through buildings that conceal 5 officers waiting to attack us.
Stick.
This is pure urban terrorism survival training.
With this helmet and this gear, it's all different in the ball game. כל המתקילים, תהיו מוכנים! Let's go. Bill, something happens, you have to run. Go, go, go.
The key to this mission is pure aggression. You don't stop. You don't slow down. When you come to an obstacle or an enemy, you just power right through him and kill him if possible.
Bill, behind you! Go, 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 Bill, go! Go on, go, 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 Bill! Stack, קדם!